Hello and welcome to 16 Ounce Cinema. We're here doing something a little bit special. It's just me and Michael this
Hey.
time around. Um,
What,
Angus,
what, what did you call it? The Bava Minute?
we're doing
Mario Minute.
the Mario Minute.
Hell yeah.
So we've decided just for fun to watch all of Mario Bava's films.
All 36-ish of them.
Yeah, and if you're not familiar with Mario Bava, he is the word I guess would be seminal horror director
Yeah,
of Italian
seminal,
cinema.
absolutely.
Um, he brought us Black Sunday, one of their big gothic horrors. Kill Baby Kill.
And I'll be honest, the only movie I really remember is A Bay of Blood.
Bay of
Because
Blood
you guys talked
stands
about
out
him
in my
so much.
mind.
And I was like, well, I gotta watch him. And so I
Yeah.
watched that along with one other one. That I think it was Danger Diabolic. and
We
like,
watched Danger Diabolic together, which is
Okay.
batshit.
And I think Blood and Black Lace, but I don't remember.
Yeah,
until
Blood and Black
yeah.
Lace.
And
Planet
I
of
love
the Vampires.
I love the Bay of Blood, so I'm excited. I can't wait to get there in like 67 months.
I can't wait till
or
we get
so.
to Planet of the Vampires because
Okay.
it's almost a direct influence on Alien.
Oh, really? I'm
Yes.
excited for.
So-
I'd like to tell the audience how booming your voice sounds in person. This is incredible. I have never heard this bass come from you. It's like
Maybe-
reverberates through my whole body right now.
Maybe it's this juicy orange blue moon light sky I'm
Ooh.
drinking because
It is.
of course we're drinking beers even for the Mario Minute.
That's right. What am I having? I'm having the Doghead Fish 75-minute IPA. So it's
Okay.
their middle ground between incredibly hoppy and less hoppy, and this one has a lot of honey. So I'm glad we're having beers for this too.
We have to.
Mm-hmm.
And so to kick this off, we're going back to 1957 and we're watching I Vampiri
Or The Lust of the Vampire.
or The Devil's Commandment.
Or The Vampires, which is also a 1958 American film. So that's confusing.
Right, yes, I saw that when I was
Super
trying to like
confusing.
search this one out.
Yeah, I saw on YouTube. I was like, oh, I
'Cause,
got
yeah,
it. You know what I mean?
yes, yeah, The Vampires is on YouTube. I Vampiri is on YouTube as well, but only in
But
Italian.
well, only in Italian, or there's a paid service by this one company that you can't pay for it. It says you have to pay for it, but you can't pay for it, which I would have totally paid for instead of downloading 70 gigabytes.
Yeah, so we had to find other ways, and good luck to y'all finding it yourselves. Or you could always go on Amazon and pay $83 for the DVD.
Yep.
Or you said it's an
Yeah.
extra
On Black Sunday Blu-ray, which I still think I own. Excuse me, but I can't find it, so I maybe don't own it. But
maybe
I
you've
thought
just
I
seen the
did.
poster enough because it's a
Yeah,
really cool poster.
I might actually get a few of these going forward because I have excessive money.
So this movie was originally directed by Ricardo Freda, and his idea was to basically make a quick, low-budget movie with an international market in mind. So after the war,
He
World War
failed,
II.
by the way.
Yeah, so this movie did not actually kick off the Italian horror, although it was the first Italian sound horror film because they'd been banned through the 30s and 40s. So he decided for the international market he wanted to do a horror film, one that he wrote in one day and had a 2-week shooting schedule.
And Bava apparently thought that was too slow, and he bitched
Right,
to the studio
yes,
about it. He's
yes,
like,
he
this
complained that he was taking too long, and they had some kind of falling out, which resulted in Bava actually finishing the last couple days of the film, and then, of course, piecing together the film, and we'll talk a little bit more of that.
fucking up
once we
what
get into
sounds
it.
like one of the coolest scenes in the film.
Right.
But that's okay.
Um,
What are you going to do?
So
It's his first film.
what the movie is about, and we'll just read from Wiki here, because I'm not going to paraphrase after watching it.
That's a long plot point. Oh, going up.
No, I'm not going to read the whole plot. So, the film is about a series of murders on young women who are found with their blood drained. The newspapers report on a killer known as the Vampire.
I'll point out that we actually don't get any killed murders. So, of course, this wasn't part of the... Did we? I mean, at the
But
end...
it opens up shockingly with a drowned woman. I wasn't quite sure where this would fall because it is a B movie, but it's not an American B movie.
And just going forward, if you find a dead woman in the water, don't fucking touch all over her body.
Like hands all over her face.
Yeah, he's like, get the police. Let me touch your face and just grab you. And like, no, just leave her there. It's fine.
So I was mildly surprised to see the dead body in the water. So the
Wait, because
newspapers,
you didn't think there'd be any dead people, or like why?
I wasn't sure, like, because like an American B movie might not show it in the way they showed that, especially with a guy in a boat manhandling her.
Yeah. Quite possibly a real woman just thrown in the water.
Yeah, it's just floating around.
Just floating around, yeah.
So, young journalist Pierre Lantin decides to research the crimes, throwing law and order to the wind as he goes. Lantin investigates the mysterious Dugrand family, who lives in a castle occupied by Giselle Dugrand, who is in love with Lantin.
And his father.
She lives with her aunt, who hides her face in a veil, as well as the scientist Julien Dugrand, who's trying to find the secret to eternal youth.
Oh, so Julian was a super old guy?
Julien was the professor.
Oh, okay.
So
who was the heroin addict that was stuck?
That was just a random flunky.
Oh,
so
okay, all right,
as you can tell, there's a lot of
wait,
first 20 minutes.
Let me hang on. Who was that guy with the gloves then? He was a handsome older man who I never really saw again. The one that actually like chloroformed the women.
You're right.
He wasn't in the movie at all.
He might have been the Professor Julien Dugrand's flunky.
Oh.
Or no. Okay, so no, that was Joseph. Joseph was their flunky.
Okay.
So it's a tangled mess.
It's a messy.
Those first 20 minutes of this 80-minute film. First of all, there's like 10 minutes straight of talking.
A lot of talking.
Just talking. Like, somebody's killing girls. Oh, yeah, and their blood's being drained. I wonder who could be killing these girls. Hey, this girl went missing. Have you seen this girl? Do you know anybody who might have seen this girl? What about her fiance? No, I don't think it was the fiance. Well, somebody's got to find out who's killing these girls. Literally 10 minutes of that.
We were both having a little trouble to understanding who the characters were, but me especially. I couldn't tell apart the cop with the journalist with other random people in the movie.
It took 20 minutes to kind of like, they're all just like tall Italian dudes in coats.
In 1950s horrible DVD extract or whatever it's called.
So Lantin begins his investigation, and it's pretty messy. And as he's investigating, he meets a young girl, Lorette.
Yeah, she's hot. She has two friends who aren't as hot. She's the hot one. Yeah. So she's the main actress,
and she slaps him, so now they're the best of friends. Mm-hmm. But then she goes missing.
Dun, dun, dun.
And
she goes missing because she's helpful to a blind man. And the blind man's like, hey, could you give this letter somewhere?
The blind man just totally sets her up to deliver a letter. She goes into somebody's house. And the guy locks the door behind her. It's like, what are you going to do?
What are you going to do? It's a dangerous place. Let's go over here.
So that part hasn't aged well at all.
Although I did lock the door on you and you didn't notice. So
then I went to leave Mike's room.
And while we're recording this, TJ doesn't notice that we're still in the locked room. So I could do whatever I want, basically, is what we're saying.
I don't want to talk about it. The movie did look much better than I expected. I didn't think that's something that he only basically finished, although Mario Bava was the cinematographer for the movie, so that definitely shows. There's a lot of shots in there, like when they're tracking up the stairs, they have a shot.
Yeah, I noticed.
Like
you said, "Hey, look, there's a Bava shot," or something like that.
Yeah, and a lot of the sets seem very full.
There's several stairways that don't belong in real life.
Lots of stairways,
lots of super cool
shadows and strange lighting.
Oh, and let's talk about the vulture with the titties.
So yeah, as we talk about the cluttered set design, the mise en scene, there's this vulture gargoyle.
It was totally like its wings and bone structure.
Yeah,
in
a
place.
Skeletal. Well, it's not even quite a vulture. It's almost like a dog's body.
Yeah.
With vulture's wings and a vulture's head.
Almost like if a Valkyrie came from hell, kind of like a.
Right.
That's how I would think of it as.
Tits with big nipples.
Oh, little big tits.
So skeletal vulture dog.
And Bava knew what was happening too, because he fucking framed that thing at least 7 times.
And not only that, it pops up in different rooms, and it even ends up outside in the castle.
See, I think it was a separate one. Was it the same thing? I thought it was something slightly different that looked exactly like it.
He totally just kept putting it everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, who's designing their castle? It says, you know what motif I want? I want big-titted vulture dogs. But make them skeletons.
If I knew that was an option, I like that's like if you played an
vulture
RPG,
eyes.
like if Skyrim had like a gothic setting, that would be like the
You-
10,000 gold centerpiece right
Build
there.
your own house. And
Yeah.
put
Oh, they
the-
had that actually. They had that. You actually downloaded it and you told me about it.
Oh, the house
But you
building
never.
one?
You only played it for like a day. Yeah. Didn't you?
I have not done the house building in Skyrim
Somebody else
yet.
told me. Okay, I thought it was
You
you.
gotta not talk about Elder
Sorry.
Scrolls again.
All right. So
So the look has definitely, it looked better than I thought. The music was terrible.
I don't remember the music.
It was
so
complete,
I guess
like,
forgettable is what I would say.
50s B movie.
Oh yeah.
And like in the end, like
It was fun because it was so like I don't watch 50s movies that often from America or England, wherever the fuck they were.
and they had their lovely
Yeah.
music.
Yeah.
Which was pretty terrible.
And they had just the amazing way the curtains moved in the backgrounds of several scenes.
Yeah. One scene, it's in this like grand hall of a castle, and it's Pierre is accusing Giselle of basically being a murderous bitch.
Like, and they're in the foreground. In the background is just this wonderful little kind of like living room setting from, and these two gigantic fucking like white curtain sails.
So Pierre and Giselle on either side of the screen in a wide shot, and this curtain is blowing from the
like
background
a fucking hurricane
in between them.
It's
It was
fucking
so
great.
I missed that entire scene. It was just so
Yeah,
like
TJ didn't. He was just looking and making noises about the
just
background curtains.
woo! It was just, I guess it was supposed to be spooky and gothic, but it was way too much. I was also surprised they had a straight up drug addict like shooting up with a needle in a 1957 movie.
Yeah, the vampire who was stealing women was actually just a heroin junkie, and like the doctor was like giving him heroin to kidnap
track
women.
down the girls.
And he was fucking fiending when we first met him. His name is Joseph. You said he was Joseph.
Joseph is the guy who gave him there,
okay,
and I guess that guy ended up just ODing.
Yeah.
But I thought that was like they actually show him shoot up.
Yeah.
I didn't think I'd ever see that in a 50s movie, or at least not like.
So what's okay? The budget was 142 million Italians. What is that to American? I gotta Google that. Right. I have to see. To U.S. Whoa, that's Australian dollars. So.
That's and then you have to go to inflation after that.
Well, that was Australian.
To lira, make it lira. Make it lira.
Lira? How do I make it lira?
Yeah, they were lira. Just type in the LIRA. In the Google search. Oh, this is great podcasting. This is why you listen to us.
142 million lira to USD. That was a good call.
So 20 million.
What?
But now you got to do an inflation back to 1956.
So 20
Just
million.
Google inflation calculator.
Inflation.
Yeah.
Calculator.
Yeah. And then I do this all the time since I watch old movies.
1957.
Yeah, and then right over there you can type your 20 million.
Is that
no,
20?
it doesn't show you the commas. That's annoying.
One more.
2 million.
Hell yeah.
What? No.
$26. So.
No. It's still only showing you 2 million.
Oh, okay. Oh. 18 million.
Well, we just have to move that.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Add another zero, you stupid asshole. There it is.
What? No, that doesn't seem
Okay,
right.
so I Vampire, which was not an international hit, made $183 million adjusted for inflation.
No, that's the budget. No, we're not doing this right. This was an $180 million movie that made about $130 million.
So it still lost money. That's why it didn't kick off any horror.
It lost
phase.
money. It did not kick off the new wave of Italian horror.
That was Black Sunday, which we'll get to in 7 Mario minutes.
It did have good effects.
And by Mario
though.
minutes, we mean 25 minutes, which is fine.
It had good effects.
Yeah.
I'll say
No, wait. It had okay. The effect, which apparently happened in other movies, about the okay, because the aunt was actually the young woman. They were the same person.
Yeah. Well, we're going spoilers here.
Spoiling that. So there's a point where Giselle, I guess is her name. Is that her name?
Yeah.
She's actually her aunt. So her aunt eats blood of like sexy hot women and turn hot.
All right.
And when she gets emotional, like some women do apparently,
her medicine stops working.
Yeah, her medicine stops working, and she becomes Gollum. Basically, she turns into Gollum from Lord of the Rings.
She gets twitchy and yelly,
and it's super great. It's great makeup in my opinion. I thought it was fantastic. Especially, I told TJ it was better than like that Michael Jackson fucking video from the 1980s.
Yeah, and they do a good transformation. Like, it's not like back in those days. Normally, it would be like a stop motion fade kind of thing.
This was way
where
better.
It's a cut, but it's very subtle.
In fact, like seeing this I'm just amazed that stop motion was actually a thing. If this was available, like.
I guess it wasn't that extreme of transformation. They just sort of
it was just
there was only like
well.
2 or 3 steps, but it was seamless.
Yeah,
you know, I couldn't even see like it was subtle cuts, and you're like, okay.
The first time we saw Giselle was like me and TJ were both like, oh look at this babe. Yeah, she was just like way more attractive than anything in the film.
And she was also hanging out with all her old lady friends because she was really an old lady.
Yeah, because she's actually like probably 80 or 90.
What is she doing in this shithole? Because they're just this dusty old castle dancing with 80-year-old people. Yeah. And it just looked awful.
And watching this film, I hope everyone just starts wearing veils again. I just think it's really old people. Old people over like 50 veils. Or something like that. You just start wearing a veil. You just become much more like impressive as a person. Powerful, yes.
Yeah.
So veils are nice.
So right now we're in the time of COVID, so it might not be a bad idea anyway.
The veil plus a time mask.
Champion the veils and the welder's masks and surgical mask.
I made one. TJ made some notes. I made one note. I noted how like the people think it's a vampire killing women right away. And they seem super nonchalant about the whole thing. They're just like, yep, there's a vampire.
He said they must all be watching Fox News. They're just like, oh, okay, it's a vampire. Yeah,
so there's this one woman who dies. And before she dies, she opens up, she's like reading a newspaper. And she's like, oh, the vampires are eating women. And it's just like, what? No, somebody call her out. This is stupid.
Although the one cop did come up and say, stop printing that shit.
Yeah, the main cop was like, this is bullshit, man. This is stupid.
For how like talky and kind of like the dialogue was really, really bad.
Yeah.
But occasionally...
we don't know it's bad. The subtitles were horrendous.
They were.
They might have been okay.
But like it was a lot of just like staged them. When it wasn't being gothic, it was just people on screen, static, talking to each other really flatly.
Yep.
Which I thought it was awful. So it's like this is almost like 2 movies. There's the movie where something's happening, and then the other half of the movie where they're just talking about stuff happening.
Basically, when it's not gothic-y setting, it's just kind of like a really terrible
procedural
French procedural.
Yeah, really, really bad.
So do you have anything else to say about the movie?
Well, of course, we said the reporter deserved going to jail because as he's investigating, everyone around him starts becoming targets and they all start to go missing. When the cops are just like, nah, I know you. You wouldn't do this.
So be friends with cops if you're going to fuck some shit up.
Yeah, and it ends so badly. Bava changed the ending. So the ending was supposed to be really downbeat where basically the heroes didn't quite win.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to have a subplot.
The woman hangs herself or something like that.
Yeah, where the girl they save, instead of saving her,
it's supposed to be like a part where there's a monster, where like, what was it?
Right, so the professor, while his, I don't know the relation, if he's supposed to be his aunt, mother, or sister.
I think he was just a professor, and she was giving him money.
Well, they're all part of the family. But, the woman who's sucking blood to become young,
Giselle.
her whatever relation, this professor, is also working on Frankenstein shit.
Yeah.
So like she's kind of the byproduct of his experiments to just create a Frankenstein. But originally there was going to be an actual subplot.
I like the where like the blood gives her heart palpitations or something like that.
Yeah.
She's like,
or makes her left-handed. She gets like the same like traits of the peoples who.
So if you ever fucking suck some blood, make sure they're in the same handwriting style as you.
So no one will know.
You're fucking writing bad checks.
So it's supposed to have like a Frankenstein subplot, which Bava cut, and a downer ending, which Bava cut, which I thought was kind of surprising. So later he gets really pretty dark.
It probably is a mistake. Before he died, he should have remade I, Vampire.
So instead, he ends with 3 minutes of the cop talking to the reporter, and the cop basically just recaps the whole movie for him. We went to the castle.
He recaps the last 30 minutes
without a search warrant. I was like, I could get a lot of trouble.
So annoying. Me and TJ just started yelling like,
yes,
please just fucking
stop! It's
And
screaming.
then they
in
went
the
to get
movie.
coffee. They're like, we're just gonna have coffee.
Yeah, they're gonna keep talking, and luckily we didn't have to see that.
Yeah.
But that it could have just ended there. The girl goes away in an ambulance, and they could just have been like, "Well, wasn't that some shit? Let's go get coffee." And I'd be like, "Yeah, okay."
Which made me kind of want a coffee and a cigarette. So instead, I had a beer. So it's just kind of like the same principle. So the problem with like watching this movie right now, it's just like it's a bad movie basically.
Yeah, I mean,
but I really enjoy watching it because you're here. So it's just like. That's why Mystery Science Theater is so popular.
Well, that's
shitty
like,
movies. It's like, hey,
B-movies.
we're here with friends, and yeah, exactly.
Right.
So
It's a good B movie. Mario Bava definitely like his visual style can be seen in it. So I think if you're really into Bava, you could seek it out just to. Now you're looking up Turkish.
no,
here?
it's just Google.
Google's
failed me.
Seek it out just to see the beginning of his work, but otherwise.
And the big titty goth vulture thing was cool.
Even that's specifically that. Oh, it's on the wiki.
Where is
there
it?
It is. Yeah, in the production page.
See, okay, so Giselle is so
somebody
catching
knew
that I actually looked at her and did not.
I've been
see the
staring
big
at it the whole time we've been recording. So there you go. If you go on the Wikipedia, it's down there in the parts where it's talking about the pre-production.
Yep.
And you'll see that vulture, big tittied vulture dog.
Yep.
So now you don't even need to see the movie for that. So for Mario Bava, completionists only. There's other better B movies, tons and tons of them.
Lots of tons. We're about to hit some sword and sandal shit soon.
Yeah. So
the next film we're gonna watch is going to be about a fucking.
The Day the Sky Exploded, also known as.
Oh my god, that's right. What is it known as?
You'll have to hang out and listen next time to hear all the different titles. So I hope you like this. Just let us know, if you think the Mario Minute should keep going on, or we should just keep
it doesn't matter what you think. We're just gonna keep it going.
Yeah. So I hope you've enjoyed these 20 minutes. Bye.
See ya.